Hey, what's up, guys? Today I want to tell you about a really interesting physics principle that we can apply to business that will absolutely transform the way that you do business and the way that you think about business. And this is called distance versus displacement, okay? Not super complicated at all, but very interesting and very applicable to how we conduct our business and how we can streamline operations within our business, okay? We're going to go over to my iPad and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, let's say that you want to go to your favorite pizza joint that's across town, all right? And in order for you to get there, you have two choices. You can either go through the city, through the winding alleys and streets. You can hit every stoplight along the way and see the big buildings and all the things, right? And so I'm going to draw a line just to say that that's the route that we're going, all right? I'll do a red line. So we're going to go through the city. And then we're going to wind through all the streets and alleyways, looking at all the beautiful buildings. And we're eventually going to get to our destination, the pizza joint. Okay. Um, so that red line there represents distance. Okay. Now let's say that's quite a hike, right? Let's say it's that total distance was 10 miles because you have all these little peaks and valleys, right? You gain time and you lose time throughout the course of this journey. And then you have this concept of displacement, okay? Where you are able to shortcut all of that, and this is the blue line, and you are able to go directly to your destination. Okay? And this is displacement. Okay? You're able to go directly to the destination, the place that you want to go. So you have two choices, and it all depends on how hungry you are. All right? If you are truly hungry enough, um, you're going to do what it takes to get your business to where it needs to be. Okay? The way that you do that, in order for you to maximize displacement and minimize distance, right? Because hopefully that's your goal. Sometimes we do want to take the scenic route, and sometimes we have to take the scenic route. And I'll give you an example. I talk a lot about SOPs and knowledge management systems, training, hiring, onboarding, all that stuff. At some point, your business has to go through those points of friction. And you're going to have to go a little bit longer of a distance because you have something that I call a monolith. You are forced to go around that thing. You have no choice. And some of those monoliths that you have in your business are onboarding, right? You have to hire new employees. And you can reduce that friction. You can reduce the distance in that, but it takes time, it takes reps and sets, it takes experience. Sometimes you can outsource that experience to somebody who has the ability and the tools to do that for you. For example, I provide standard operating procedure services to small businesses, small and medium sized businesses. And so that's one way that you can reduce the distance from your uh, origin to your destination. Okay. And so if you are able to outsource, if you're able to delegate, automate, or eliminate certain things to reduce that distance, then that's absolutely what you need to do. Okay. But when it comes to startups, there are just things that you have to do in order to get to where you want to be at some point. And so, big picture is super, super important. Knowing and understanding what it is that you hope to receive as an outcome of your operations and your business is absolutely critical. So, as you start to think about your business, as you start to develop your business plan, or if you're already in business and you've been in business for a long time, I want you to think about ways that you can reduce that friction and kind of work around those monoliths and either delegate, automate, or eliminate. And I want you to have a long term vision as you do that because if you think in the short term, you're only going to get, let's go back to our city situation here. If you're going the distance, right, you're going to increase the distance. Um, so we said the distance is 10 miles. Let's say displacement is, uh, 8 miles. You saved 2 miles because you drove 2 miles through the city. Sometimes you want to take the scenic route. A lot of times you don't because time is not on your side. We get one life to live, and the longer you spend riding the wave, letting the ebb and flow of your business take you where the business kind of naturally takes you, it becomes extremely challenging for you to eventually get to any kind of goal. And 9 times out of 10, when you're kind of traveling that distance, yeah, you have a goal in mind, but usually you're not overly concerned about reaching that goal. So, but back to what I was saying, what I want for you is I want you to try and figure out ways in the long term that you can implement systems to reduce that distance, so that you're not winding through these cities, okay? Um, and making random turns, and sometimes we do get lost. So that's something that we didn't factor into this here. As you're going to your pizza joint, maybe you made a wrong turn. You just never know what's going to happen along your journey. And so that's why it's super important to control the variables that you have control of so that you can reduce the distance within your business, okay? Getting to that goal. Something that I would like for you to do is I want you to sit down. I don't care if you've been in business for 20 years or 2 months. What I want you to do is cement the end goal that you have for your business somewhere, preferably in a notebook, or even better, put it on a sticky note, put it in front of you in the mirror each and every day, put it on a note card, plaster it on your all around your business. You need to make it concrete. It needs to be a goal that is concrete, that you can actually explain to everybody, that is easily explainable, and that you can achieve over whatever distance that you hope to achieve it. I would recommend 5 years. So set a 5-year goal. In 5 years, I want to be able to exit my business, and I want it to be sold for this many, millions of dollars, or whatever the case is. And then subsequently, write down each step that needs to happen along the way. I know it's super basic. I know that you've probably done this in the past, but even revisiting it will reignite some of that inspiration for you to reduce that distance and aim for displacement. Sorry if I botched that to those physics nerds out there. Displacement is what we're going for, just the shortest path from A to Z in our businesses, and so I think it's important to know that. So thanks for visiting my YouTube channel today. I hope you gained some value in this, and I look forward to the next video. We'll talk to you then.